Hello everyone. We are here for you to teach you and guide you through this lesson. I would like to introduce myself together with my accomplices. Hi, I'm John Mark.
Hi, I'm John Ray P. Delape. Hi, I'm Charles Ivan Das.
Hi, I'm Mariela Pang. I'm Memory Indian Archives.
Good day learners. Today, we'll be teaching you about samples and sampling technique. Before we start, let's play a game called Scramble Word Game. You will just arrange the letter to get the correct word. Now, let's start. Number 1. Correct. The answer is sampling. Number 2. Correct. The answer is sample. Number 3. The answer is population. Number 4. Correct. The answer is systematic. Number 5. Good job. The answer is availability sampling. Number 6. Good work. The answer is purposive sampling. Number 7. Correct. The answer is probability sampling. Number 8. Correct. The answer is cluster. Number 9. Correct. The answer is stratified sampling. Lastly, number 10. Well done. The answer is non-probability sampling.
Hi learners! Our topic for today's vlog is about sample and sampling techniques. In research, sampling refers to the process of selecting individuals who will participate in a study. A sample is any part of a population of individuals on whom information is obtained. There are two types of populations that researchers may focus on: the target population and the accessible population. The target population is the actual population that the researcher would like to generalize, while the accessible population is the population to whom the researcher is entitled to generalize.
A representative sample is a sample that is similar to the population in all characteristics. Now, let's discuss the types of sampling strategies. The first type of sampling is probability sampling or unbiased sampling. It's a statistical method of selecting a sample from a larger population in which each member of the population has an equal chance of being included in the sample. Probability sampling aims to ensure that the sample is representative of the population and that the estimates and inferences made from the sample are unbiased and accurate.
The second type of sampling is non-probability sampling. It disregards the random selection of subjects and instead the subjects are chosen based on their availability or the purpose of study, and in some cases that the sole discretion of the researcher. This is not a scientific way of selecting respondents, and it does not offer a valid or object way of detecting sampling errors.
Now let's go through the types of probability sampling. Simple random sampling. This is the best type of probability sampling through which you can choose a sample from a population. Using a pure chance selection, you assure every member of the same opportunity to be in the sample. Here the only basis for including or excluding a member is by chance or opportunity, not by any occurrence accounted for by cause-effect relationship. Systematic sampling. For this kind of probability sampling, chance and the system are the ones to determine who should compose the sample. For instance, if you want to have a sample of 150, you may select a set of numbers like 1 to 15 and out of a list of 1,500 students. Take every 15 name on the list until you complete the total number of responses to constitute your sample.
Stratified sampling. The group comprising the sample is chosen in a way that such group is liable to subdivision during the data analysis stage. A study needing group-by-group analysis finds stratified sampling the right probability sampling to use. Cluster sampling. This is a probability sampling that makes you isolate a set of persons instead of individual members to serve as samples members. For example, if you want to have a sample of 120 out of 1,000 students, you can randomly select 3 sections with 40 students each to constitute the sample.
According to Denzin and Lincoln, 1994, 2002 in Silverman, 2001, 250, many qualitative researchers employ purposive and not random sampling methods. They seek out groups, settings, and individuals where the processes being studied are most likely to occur.
Theoretical and purposive sampling are often used interchangeably since the only difference is when the purposes behind the purposive sampling is not theoretically defined. Theoretical sampling has 3 features. Number 1, choosing cases in the terms of your theory. Number 2, choosing defined cases. And number 3, changing the size of your sample during the research. Sampling in qualitative research involves selecting participants or cases to include in the study, unlike quantitative research where probability sampling is typically used. Qualitative research commonly involves purposive sampling methods. Purposive sampling aims to selecting participants who are most likely to be informative for the research question and objectives. Theoretical and purposive sampling are often used interchangeably, when the main difference being that theoretical sampling involves selecting cases based on the researcher's emerging theory. Theoretical sampling is a set of procedures where the researchers manipulates their analysis theory and sampling activities iteratively during the research process. It involves choosing cases in the terms of your theory, selecting defined cases, and changing the size of your sample during the research. The flexibility offered by theoretical sampling is useful when new factors emerge. You want to focus on small part of your sample in the early stages, or unexpected generation during data analysis lead you to seek out new defined cases.
Imagine you are a qualitative researcher conducting a study on the experiences of individuals who have undergone a career transition from corporate jobs to entrepreneurship. You want to explore the factors that influence their decision to leave the corporate world and the challenges they face during the transition. In this case, theoretical sampling would be an appropriate approach to select participants for your study. The goal of theoretical sampling is to select individuals who can provide rich and diverse information related to the research questions and theoretical concept under investigation. To begin, you might start by conducting in-depth interviews or focus groups with a few individuals who have experienced a career transition from corporate jobs to entrepreneurship. As you gather data and analyze the interviews, you begin to identify emerging patterns and themes.
Based on the initial analysis, we develop some theoretical concepts or categories that explain the factors influencing career transitions and the challenges faced by individuals. This concept might include financial consideration, personal fulfillment, risk tolerance, or work-life balance. Using this emerging concept as a guide, you purposefully select additional participants who can provide more insight and variation on this theoretical concept. For example, if the initial interview suggests the financial consideration play a significant role in a career transitions, you might seek out individuals who have experienced financial hardship during the transition. As you continue with the data collection and analysis, you iteratively refine your theoretical concept, identifying new patterns and themes, and selecting additional participants who can help further develop and validate this concept. This process continues until you reach a point of theoretical saturation, where new participants and data no longer contribute significantly to the emerging theoretical framework. Theoretical sampling allows you to select participants strategically based on an evolving theoretical concept in order to gain a deeper understanding of the phenomenon you are studying. This approach ensures that your sample includes individuals who can provide rich, diverse, and relevant data to support the development and refinement of your theoretical framework.
These are the types of theoretical sampling. Maximum variation sampling. This type of sampling involves deliberately selecting participants who vary across a range of characteristics relevant to the research topic. By including individuals with diverse backgrounds, experiences, or perspectives, maximum variation sampling allows researchers to explore the breadth and depth of the phenomenon under study. These are the types of theoretical sampling. Maximum variation sampling. This type of sampling involves deliberately selecting participants who vary across a range of characteristics relevant to the research topic. By including individuals with diverse backgrounds, experiences, or perspectives, maximum variation sampling allows researchers to explore the breadth and depth of the phenomenon under study. Homogeneous sampling. In contrast to maximum variation sampling, homogeneous sampling involves selecting participants who share similar characteristics or experiences. This approach aims to deepen the understanding of a specific aspect or dimension of the phenomenon by focusing on a specific subgroup or context. Theoretical sampling by time. This type of sampling involves selecting participants or cases based on specific time periods or stages of a process. It allows researchers to examine how the phenomenon unfolds and evolves over time and understand the factors and dynamics that contribute to those changes.
Negative case sampling. Negative case sampling involves purposefully selecting participants or cases that challenge or contradict the emerging theoretical concept or patterns. By including negative or defined cases, researchers can refine and validate their theoretical framework by exploring exceptions and alternative explanation. Snowball sampling. Snowball sampling is a non-probability sampling technique where participants refer or nominate other individuals who share relevant characteristics or experiences. This method is useful when studying hard-to-reach population or when the network connection or participants are crucial to understanding the research topic. Theoretical sampling by data saturation. Data saturation occurs when new data no longer provide significant or novel insight into the emerging theoretical concept. Theoretical sampling by data saturation involves selecting additional participants or cases until the point of saturation is reached, ensuring that the theoretical framework is robust and well supported.
Quota sampling is employed when the researcher possesses a good understanding of the characteristics of the target population. In this approach, individuals who possess or exhibit those characteristics are selected for the sample. By setting quotas or specific numbers of individuals with certain characteristics, the research aims to demonstrate that the chosen sample closely represents the target population in terms of those characteristics.
Voluntary sampling. In voluntary sampling, individuals who voluntarily choose to participate in the study constitute the sample. There is no active selection process carried out by the researcher in this method. Purposive or judgmental sampling. Purposive or judgmental sampling involves selecting individuals who the researcher believes align with the objectives of the study. This can include individuals with relevant expertise or a particular interest in the research topic. Availability sampling. Availability sampling relies on the willingness of individuals to interact with the researcher. If people encountered during data collection, such as those on a school campus, in office corridors, or in a park, show a willingness to respond to the researcher's question, they are considered as potential respondents. Snowball sampling. Snowball sampling is characterized by its expansive and accumulative nature. This method does not involve a specific predefined sample. It is suitable for studying unspecified groups of people such as street children, beggars, drug dependents, call center workers, or informal settlers. The researcher is free to gather data from any group and can increase the number of participants in the sample, similar to how snow expands and accumulates in a particular location.